We've always loved UD Town. Now it's time for all of us to show how much we love this place. That's right, Denver has a whole new program with great ways for us to love our fair city through sustainability. We'll look at renewable energy and a cool community solar garden, composting, having a green commute, saving water through xeriscaping, buying local and growing your own food, supporting local green businesses, cleaning up after your dog, and we'll take you behind the scenes at an awesome recycling plant. Also, stay tuned to find out about the Love This Place Challenge and how you might win some amazing prizes like tickets to a Red Rocks concert. This is big! Hey, Rachel West here to love this place. Let's get going. One great way to love this place? Make your commute a green one. For instance, there are miles of bike lanes around Denver for a healthy, happy, and inexpensive commute. Good for you and the environment. There are specific bike lanes on streets throughout Denver, plus special green bike lanes on some streets downtown. There are also bike paths around some of our great parks for a scenic commute. Pick up your free Denver bike map at Denver Recreation Centers, the Sustainability Office at City Hall, or download online. There's even a bike sharing program, B-Cycle. It's great for both residents and visitors for short one-way trips. You can pick up your bike at one B station and drop it off at another. There are 87 stations throughout downtown Denver and many central area neighborhoods. Plus, there's Fast Tracks. There are light rail trains around the city and now a commuter rail service to Denver International Airport. It makes commuting fun and easy. If you're going downtown, you can take the free 16th Street Mall shuttle all day. Plus, during peak commuting hours, take the free Metro ride along 18th and 19th Streets between Denver Union Station and Civic Center Station. Also, some employers offer EcoPass, unlimited rides at an unbelievable price. Check to see if yours does. Now, here's another really fun thing. Check out mywaytogo.org to find out the quickest, cheapest, and most sustainable commute. So, take public transportation, walk, bike, or carpool. These and lots more ways to get around town and to show how much you love this place while you're at it. Okay, how many miles of bike lanes are there in Denver? 63, 94, or 127? The answer: many, many miles of bike lanes grace our city. 127 to be exact. Here's one time at least that when you snooze, you don't lose. You win, in fact, big time. You have a great meal and help the environment. Yes, the very popular Snooze Restaurant is one of many certifiably green businesses here in Denver. These businesses go above and beyond to follow practices which help make our environment better. For instance, Snooze features reusable coffee cups at their Coffee While You Wait station. This prevents the use of 50,000 disposable cups each year. When they do use disposables, they're made from renewable materials and/or recycled content, and most are recyclable or compostable. They feature compost, recycle, and trash bins throughout the restaurant. This helps keep 90% of their waste out of landfills. Snooze has energy-efficient lighting, plastic bag recycling, paper recycling, and reusable water bottles for employees. They even have an odd item recycling program, which recycles crayons, and a green board to share green-minded information. The Certifiably Green Denver program provides free, confidential, non-regulatory assistance to Denver's business community. The program helps businesses find opportunities to improve efficiency and profitability while preventing pollution. You get your own sustainability advisor. Nice! It's quiz time. How many certifiably green Denver businesses are there? 57, 121, or 183? The answer: not only restaurants, but all types of businesses can participate. Right now, there are 183 of them. Cans, papers, glass, plastics. Do you want all of this in a landfill? Heck no, but boy oh boy do we have a behind-the-scenes tour for you. This recycling facility gets over 500 tons of material every day. Let's check it out. First up, we met with Rico from the Municipal Recycling Facility.
So tell me what happens here. Like, what's the process?
So this is where the City and County of Denver's recyclable materials come from single stream to get prepped and sorted for reuse.
Wow, so this is where it happens, like we're in the heart of it.
This is where it all goes down.
We call this recyclables.
Yeah.
How much time does this represent of people, contributing to this?
This collection is probably a couple days old.
A couple of days?
Yeah, we get between 500 and 600 tons a day, about 200 trucks a day worth of materials.
Wow, you guys are doing the work here.
Oh yeah, we're putting it in.
There's a lot of recycling happening. Okay, I am anxious and very hyper to get in and see how this all works. So is there a tour involved?
Absolutely, we're going to show you around today.
All right, lead the way.
All right.
He said there's a tour.
Rico told me about what to expect, how all the aluminum, paper, and other recyclable materials start out all together, but get sorted using high-tech machines. The materials are then baled together to be sent for processing and eventually onto manufacturers.
It's really loud in here.
We met up with Aaron, the plant manager, and Rich for our special private tour. Yep, it was quite loud in there. Whew. Yeah, we'll just catch you up in a moment.
All right, Rico, that was actually really cool. I have to have a high five for that.
All right.
You don't really think about what goes on inside these facilities after you put the materials into your recycle bin, and it turns into these recyclables, which is cool.
This optical sorter separates out plastic bottles from all the other materials.
So what those are doing is they're scanning and sending the picture to the computer so that the computer can figure out where it is on the belt, and it'll shoot air at it to get it over the drop-off so that it can be sorted out.
So the technology within that computer is able to tell right away.
Yeah, instantaneous.
I mean, that makes the process quick and easy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it saves us a lot of manpower.
And then the same with what you were talking about was your favorite, the eddy current.
Yeah, that's my absolute favorite. The magnets are spinning and they're kind of working against each other to pick up the aluminum. So that's where you get the actual flicking of the aluminum. So we're using the momentum of the belt and then the eddy current to flick it and sort it out.
I mean, you guys have almost maximum efficiency, it seems like, in getting that to where it needs to be.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I could watch that all day. It's a pretty cool process.
I could too. It was cool. But then you also have manpower. You have people standing at the line, sorting and pulling things out. Really big items like a bike.
Yeah, we saw the bicycle. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to keep the stream clean before it starts going into the bulk of, of the rest of our sorting process. That way it doesn't damage anything.
What happens when something goes through the line that's not supposed to be in there?
Something as small as a plastic bag can wrap around some of the parts and totally gum it up and stop the whole process. And then it takes up to 10 minutes to get our machines back up and running again.
Wow. There's a lot of sorting. A lot of compacting.
Oh yeah.
But it was incredible, Rico. Thank you for the tour.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, time to spend time with Charlotte Pitt, the representative from the city's Recycle program. Denver Recycles, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I also like the color purple, so you've already won points with me on that.
Yay.
You didn't know that, but you've already won many points. So there's a lot going on with recycling in Denver.
We've been recycling in Denver for over 20 years now.
Really?
Yeah, and we're doing a much better job than we used to.
Well, tell me about that. How did it start, and then how have we got to where we are today?
Yeah, we started many years ago with what we call the dual stream collection, where we gave residents 2 separate bins and we asked them to sort their materials. About 12 years ago, we moved to this cart-based system where we told everyone they could mix their materials, and we call that a single stream recycling process. And since we implemented this program, we have gone from about 40% of our households participating in the recycling program to more than 77% of homes participating. And we started out collecting about 16,000 tons a year, and we're now bringing in over 37,000 tons a year. So it's been an impressive improvement. That said, we still have lots more to do. Right now we have a 17% recycling rate in the city. The national average is 34%. So we still have lots of improvement to make.
D-Town Recycle.
Those homes that aren't already signed up, then we certainly encourage them to call the city and request a cart. There's no fee for the cart. We will deliver it to their home. All they have to do is make sure they pay attention how to use it.
In order to recycle, like you said, we need to know what we can and can't recycle. So I thought we might play a little game.
Yep, absolutely.
Is this recyclable? I'm gonna start with this. Soup container feels cardboardy, plasticky with a plastic top. I'm gonna say yes.
It is. That's what we call an aseptic package, and we do accept those for recycling.
Just like it is, you can put it
Just
in.
like it is. As long as it's empty, you can put it in the recycling cart.
I have questions, but I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, you're correct.
Is.
So we accept plastics that are marked with a 1 through 7 that are considered rigid,
Okay.
with the exception of styrofoam.
Winner. Okay, I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, steel can.
In there. I think this one's an easy one. This is yes for cardboard, right?
Yes, correct. We actually class this as a paperboard because it doesn't have the corrugated, but it is acceptable.
What else have we got? Okay, some sort of metal wire. I'm gonna say no.
Correct. What we see a lot of in the recycling containers that's not good are metal hangers.
That going through a sorter or through the spinners inside, that would probably do a number on it.
Correct, exactly. And the systems are very much set up to take consumer packaging too, and this is not what we would consider common consumer packaging.
Exactly, so that's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
This bubble wrap, yes?
I'm gonna say no. It's not a rigid plastic.
It's a no-no. Okay, oh, this one looks good. This just looks like simple plastic. Oh, here we go, here's the number on the bottom. It's a 1.
And
Yes.
is it rigid?
I think so.
Yes, I would agree.
So what would be an example of that number with it not being rigid?
A toothpaste tube would be a good example of a plastic that's numbered and is not rigid.
Okay, this is interesting, styrofoam. It does have a number on the bottom, but I'm gonna say no.
Correct. This is the one item that we get a lot of confusion around because it sort of meets that rigid standard, but because it is a foam material, it's the one thing that we can't accept. So it goes with the plastic bags.
That's good to know, because if you have to-go containers or anything styrofoam, you might think you're doing something good by recycling, but you're actually making more work when it comes here.
Correct.
How did I do?
You did great.
So I'm a master recycler?
I would say so, yes. Good job.
That means that by relationship, D-Town is as well. We're all master recyclers. We can go forth and do this now. We can make it happen.
Yes, and just remember, if you ever have questions, you know where to find us.
Thank you so much, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Thanks to Rico, Charlotte, and all the great folks at the Municipal Recycling Facility.
So what are we going to do with all of our glass, plastics, paper, cardboard, and aluminum? Yeah, I think we should recycle it. More ways to love this place when we come back. Stick around.
Average annual rainfall. New York City, 49.69 inches. Chicago, 36.27 inches. Miami, 58.53 inches. In Denver, not so much. While water is precious no matter where you are, it's especially valuable in our semi-arid climate. But it is possible to have an attractive and sustainable landscaping with xeriscaping. Using low water use plants is key. All year round, the Denver Botanic Garden showcases their non-thirsty plants. In the Water Smart Garden, Plant Select Garden, Sacred Earth Garden, Rock Garden, and more. And they have classes so you can learn to xeriscape at home. Denver Parks and Denver Water also maintain beautiful xeriscape gardens, as do many other private homes and businesses. And Denver Water gives plenty of tips to help you conserve water through their blogs and downloadable WaterWise Landscape Handbook. These tips can help your yard be a lot more interesting than grass alone. It could have interesting features and colorful drought-resistant flowers. Give xeriscaping a try for a beautiful space to play without weeding and mowing. Oh, and of course, saving on your water bill. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, so how many inches of rain does Denver get per year? 15.81, 24.19, or 29.57? The answer: our average annual rainfall is only 15.81 inches. So, oh yes, please conserve.
Denver is the first city in the country to be recognized as a solar-friendly community. We're here at one of the ultra-cool solar gardens right here in the city limits, and you know us, we're gonna find out more. Catching up with Dave from the Clean Energy Collective. How are ya?
Great.
Thanks for having us here at the Community Solar Garden here in Northeast Denver. This is pretty awesome, but before I ask you about all this awesomeness, tell me about the Clean Energy Collective. How did you get started?
Yeah, we started in Colorado about 6 years ago with kind of a crazy idea of trying to take solar that's usually known as being on your roof, but instead of being on your roof, put it in a centralized location and let anybody with an electric bill participate or buy panels in a solar array or a solar garden and get credits on their electric bill. So that would hopefully enable more people to do solar, make it more efficient, make it more accessible, and hopefully financially smart enough for everybody to say, why am I not doing this? I should be doing solar. Let me get involved.
Let's walk through a little bit. You can show me some of the technology. I mean, this is just, we're in a small part of this. How big is this garden? Like, how would you measure it in panels or?
So this is a 1 megawatt community solar garden here in Denver. We're in North Denver and on land that is actually not really suitable for too much else, which is great. It's good use of that land for this community benefit. And it's about 5-acre site on which we have probably about 4,000 panels.
Wow.
So this, for instance, is a panel. And when our customers participate in this, so again, anybody with an electric bill can participate, they come and buy as many panels as they need to offset their electric bill, and they can come out here and sign the back of their panels and get to know which one's theirs, but they're all the same. It doesn't matter, they don't have to do that. But it's a real local renewable energy generating asset here in Denver that anybody on the Xcel network in the Denver metro area can participate in.
So really what you're telling me is that if I live somewhere in the Denver metro area and I don't have the proper environment for solar panels, maybe on my roof, or the trees are in the way, or I don't want to go through that doing that, I can still take part in a solar program like this and invest in the environmental and financial benefit of that.
That's exactly right.
Tell me more about the environmental impact. So what are we offsetting here? What are the statistics?
Yeah.
You have some off the top of your head. Test time.
This facility is designed to produce power for at least 20 years. Realistically, it's probably going to be online for 30 to 40 years. But just in those initial 20 years, it's like planting about 80,000 trees.
Wow.
It's similar to removing about 50,000 car miles from the road, and then 25,000 tons of carbon reduced. Nobody really cares about that figure as much because they can't see carbon.
Right.
But it's important. And the one I come back to is this is a solar garden that takes up about 5 acres, and in a lot of ways it's like planting a very dense forest that will be here for a very long time to come. And then at the same time it produces about $250,000 of savings for customers every year.
I mean, that's incredible. You put all the benefits together, you almost wonder, why don't I have panels yet?
Yeah.
I need to get panels now.
That's our question.
Now I'm going to get into some questions about how this works. So what's some of the technology? When we say solar, I want to geek out a little bit.
Yeah.
So how does the sun get into that panel and then make electricity?
Well, what we like about our arrays is it's not particularly high tech. And I mean that in a good way, in that customers are participating in something that's very proven, it's been around for a while, and is very reliable and will last a long time. These are solar panels, not uncommon to what you'd find on your roof, and they're going to capture the photons from the sun. They're going to bounce around some electrons in the silicon wafer and turn that into a current. The current is going to go through our commercial grade inverters, which are a big part of the solar garden. You get all this commercial grade, highly efficient equipment, and it's going to take that clean energy and put it right on the grid without a lot of line loss, without a lot of shipping of the power to different locations. And then Xcel Energy is going to credit the folks who have signed up for the array every month on their electric bill for the power that their proportionate share of their panels have produced.
And we're utilizing land here that really wouldn't be used for any other purpose. It seems it's perfect.
That's right.
For this right here.
That's right. And that's what we try to do in all cases. We have built arrays on buildings. We'll do that in some cases. But we look for the best combinations. We built them at wastewater treatment facilities, on borderline brownfield space, stuff that really the EPA wouldn't necessarily want people treading on.
Right.
One example is we've built solar arrays on tops of and near capped landfills.
Oh.
So I really kind of like the symmetry of that, right? So here's all our trash from the past, and right on top of it, let's put a garden for our future. That's some of the fun you can have with community solar.
Now for this particular plot of land, it does look like there is an ecosystem as everywhere. We saw some rabbits, but also little prairie dogs. How did you handle the prairie dog population
Yeah,
here?
so any property where we have, and we build arrays across the country now, you have to take into account the environmental impact. And there is an environmental impact, obviously. For prairie dogs in particular, which are kind of a big deal in Colorado and the western states, is you effectively have to remove them from the site and transport them to a different site so they can live happily in a colony that's not in the solar garden.
So what about we head over and look at that inverter?
Yeah, that's fun. That's where you can hear the buzzing and electricity.
As we get closer, I kind of hear it, and you kind of see this is where the heart of it seems to be, or maybe the neurological center. What would you call it?
Yeah, that's right. This is where we're going to take all the electricity that's being generated in every panel in each direction. So we can see panels in each direction, and they stretch out. We try to design this facility so it's kind of centrally pulling those electrons, all aggregated at each panel, into this inverter pad. These two 500 kilowatt inverters, which are a pretty big deal in terms of a piece of equipment, are going to take that electricity generated, turn it into AC electricity so that it's ready for the grid, the utility network that we all get our power from. And then through the transformer and onto the grid goes the electricity.
This is incredible. Well, I think I want a panel that's installed on my forehead because I'm at the perfect angle, don't you think?
Yeah.
Hey, and if you want to buy solar, low-interest loans are available through the Denver Energy Challenge. Thanks, David, for an awesome time at the Solar Garden.
All right, you heard it here. You can get clean energy from the sun no matter where you live. We'll learn about more sustainability fun when we come back.
Now here's a yummy way to save the world. One head of lettuce at a time. Buy local. Or even grow your own local fresh vegetables and fruits. Yes, local food is fresher and more nutritious than food that travels a long distance. And buying local reduces your carbon footprint and supports the local economy. One awesome local indoor farm, the Grow House. It's a nonprofit organization in Denver's Elyria-Swansea neighborhood. They grow fresh produce year-round with a variety of innovative, community-oriented urban farming techniques like hydroponics and aquaponics. In addition to farms, the Grow House works with community members for food processing and distribution to provide fresh and healthy food at a price residents can afford at Mercado de Al Lado and other locations. And they use an innovative tiered pricing system that makes food accessible to all. There's even an education component around nutrition, cooking, gardening, and other essential skills for building healthier communities. Another good way to buy local? Farmers markets. There are many throughout Denver starting in May. You can find your local market on pocketgov.org. And of course, you can grow your own fruits and vegetables in your own yard. There are lots of ways to learn more about home gardening. And you could even go into business and sell those veggies and certain other home products straight from your own home. How's that for buying local? Check out denvergov.org and search cottage foods to learn more. Impressive. Okay, so how many farmers markets are there in Denver? More than 10, 15, or 25? Yep, you've got quite the choice. There are over 25 farmers markets in Denver.
You know, whenever you're out walking your dog, make sure to clean up after your pooch because all that can get washed away into our lakes and streams. Ew, that's caused problems for fish and birds and waterways and us. It's always best to bring a bag along on those walks. Let's go, Denver. Come on. Good boy.
True or false? It's not only good for the environment to pick up after your dog, but it's the law. The answer? Yes, it's true. So pick up the poo. We've had curbside recycling in Denver for years. But now you may be able to really ramp up your green efforts as Denver's continuing to add new curbside composting routes for the city. Denver Composts is a fee-based service that helps the environment by collecting residentially generated organic material, like yard debris, food scraps, and non-recyclable paper. Materials like these make up over 50% of what Denver households send to the landfill. Composting helps keep organic material out of the landfill and reduce greenhouse gas emissions from methane, which forms as organic material decays. And composting is easy. You'll get a kitchen pail to keep your materials in until it's time to empty them. And you simply put your organic material in the green cart and set it out for collection each week. The organic material collected is sent to a commercial facility where it gets turned into a high-quality soil amendment known as compost. This compost is then made available to residents at the annual Tree Cycle mulch giveaway and compost sale. It happens the first Saturday of every May. Whether you live in the Denver Compost Service area or not, you can check out free Learn to Compost classes and do your own composting in your own backyard. Quiz time. True or false? Methane is more damaging to the environment than carbon dioxide. The answer: it's true. In fact, methane is 21 times more potent in its heat-trapping capabilities than carbon dioxide. So, that, my friends, is why we compost. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Oh, but you knew that was coming, didn't you? You know, let's count the ways in the recap. We all love this place, and here are some awesome ways to show it. You can have a healthy, inexpensive green commute. Walk, bike, take public transit, car share, or carpool. Check out mywaytogo.org to find the fastest, cheapest way for your commute. You can buy local or grow your own food. The Grow House is a year-round urban farm right here in Denver. There are also 25 different farmers markets around Denver, or you can grow and even sell your own food. You can use clean, renewable energy like solar. Even if you don't have a home with a roof, you can participate in a community solar garden. You can compost. Denver Composts is continually adding new routes for curbside composting, or you can learn to compost for yourself. Denver also offers curbside recycling. Put your plastic, paper, cardboard, and other recyclables into your purple cart, and voila! They'll be recycled. Xeriscaping is a great way to save water. Low water use plants can make your lawn beautiful and sustainable. Be sure to clean up after your pooch to keep our waterways clean. And you can support certifiably green businesses like Snooze. These businesses go above and beyond to love this place. And with Snooze, you can even get a fantastic breakfast out of the deal. So, did we mention cool prizes? Why, yes, we did. It's the Love This Place Challenge. You can share what sustainable actions that you're taking to love this place for the chance to win great prizes like Red Rocks concert tickets, Denver Recreation Center passes, and a Snooze goodie bag. Visit denvergov.org/lovethisplace to share and maybe to win. So are there more ways to love this place? You bet. Lots of them, like bringing your own bag to the grocery store. Check out the website to learn more. denvergov.org/lovethisplace. All right, I guess it's time to keep on recycling, having a green commute, saving water, composting, checking out renewable energy.